technology is your battlefield, and we'll give you the right weapons to play with. Hello and welcome to another edition of Technoholik, where we get you addicted to technology. We have a power-packed show for you today, so let's tell you what we have lined up for you in the next half hour. This week on Technoholik, BlackBerry fans, we have 3 new devices for you, all running OS 7. Technoholik goes to NH7 Weekender. We get you the tech behind the music. But up first, it's our gadget pick of the week, and this time around, Nokia's making a comeback with the Lumia 800. Okay, so that's our lineup for the show this week, so let's get straight into it. 6 months after the Nokia-Microsoft partnership, the first phone is here. This is the Nokia Lumia 800 running the full version of Windows Phone 7.5 Mango. So will this be the comeback kid for both Nokia and Microsoft? Varun Singh reviews the phone and gives us all the answers.
Hi Radhika, we have the Nokia N900? No, actually, sorry. This is the Nokia Lumia 800, which is a bit surprising to me because at the end of the day, what I actually thought this phone should be called is the Nokia 900 because this is basically the N9 but the Windows mobile version of it. But despite that, they've just called it the Nokia Lumia 800. This is basically the same body as the Nokia N9, but a different OS. And if you remember the N9, it's a polycarbonate shell, so it's a beautiful, beautiful design. It feels very nice and solid in your hands. It's a unibody design, so it's fairly sturdy, it's fairly strong, and it's fairly beautiful. It comes in different colors. You've got these buttons on the side, and I noticed one of the little problems is that the first time you have this in your hand, you'll actually struggle to find how to turn it on because you have all of these buttons in the side, and there is actually no labeling on any button that says power, or even that round with a line in the middle which says this is the power button. Nothing. Got a dedicated camera key here. We'll talk a little bit more about the camera as well, but I'm not particularly satisfied with that part. This is a standard AMOLED display, and then on top of that you've basically got your 1.4 gigahertz processor. This is a single core, not a dual core. You've got an 8 megapixel camera with what's supposed to be Carl Zeiss optics, but not particularly impressed with that. We'll talk a little bit more about later. And it's got Windows Mobile 7.5, which is the new version of the Microsoft OS. This is the second iteration of the Windows Mobile OS, but it doesn't seem like a massive leap. Certainly not as massive a leap as, let's say, from iOS 4 to iOS 5. So this is a relatively minor upgrade from that perspective. So there's 2 little things which I'm sort of not fond of in this phone, and these are carryovers from what Apple has done in the past with their phones. The first is that there is no way to add external storage, and for a Nokia phone, that's quite weird. I mean, how can you not add extra storage to a Nokia phone? Which is actually very similar to the way most other Windows phones work as well. So not that out of the way for the Windows phone guys, but for Nokia customers, that's a huge leap. The other thing which is quite odd again for Nokia users, no changeable battery. The other thing, and this is certainly a learning from the Apple world, is this weird way in which they've actually done a micro SIM here. In particular, one of the problems that I have is though the camera claims to be 8 megapixel, it claims to be a Carl Zeiss lens, we haven't really found the quality to be that great. We've compared it to other 8 megapixel cameras in the same class, which is basically the iPhone 4S camera as well as the Samsung Galaxy S2 camera, and we found the images from those phones to be significantly sharper, much more detailed, and much more at the lowest level cleaner, not with that much noise and aberration in colors. So Nokia has gone ahead and made a few basic modifications to Windows Mobile which sort of stand them out from the rest of the crowd, which make them a little bit unique. A few of those are the Nokia Drive application, which is basically your turn-by-turn navigation, similar to the Nokia maps that have been around on the Symbian phones for ages. Today, the app market in Windows Mobile is fairly limited. You don't really have that many apps available as you do on Android, as you do on iOS. But the good news is some of the most popular apps have already started becoming available. So you have the Facebooks of the world, you have the Foursquares of the world, you also have a fair amount of games available because DirectX is available and the Xbox Live feature is available, so you can add quite a lot of those games in there. To make app discovery easier, Nokia has actually added these 2 features. The first is App Highlights, which is sort of like their own segmented category within the general app market. And the second is this surprise me feature, which you basically load up and shake the phone a little bit, and every single time that it will show you a different app. But in general, we're still sort of underwhelmed with the kind of apps that are available and also how well they're built. So what's my view on the phone? Should you buy this or should you not buy this? Well, if the price comes out to be anywhere in the range of 25 to 35,000 bucks, I'd rather just spend, if it's at the bottom of it at 25 grand, spend just a little bit more and buy the Samsung Galaxy S2. And if it's right at the top end of the plan, just spend a little bit more and go and get an iPhone for yourself. Why would you want to do this when the OS really isn't ready? The phone hardware, awesome. The camera doesn't match up and the OS doesn't match up. And those are two of the main problems that we have. And that's the reason why we can't recommend it today. We'd love to recommend this if the Windows Mobile Phone OS improves significantly. And the other thing that we'd like to happen is to Nokia to fulfill that promise that they can actually bring Windows Mobile to the masses and bring the price further down. Because at that price range, it doesn't match up either in specs or the OS.
Alright, so that's the Nokia Lumia 800 for you. Wait for the OS to get a little better and then give it a second look and decide whether it should be your next smartphone or not. There's also the Lumia 710, which is also available now. We'll get you a review of that device very, very soon. But if you're a BlackBerry fan, then BlackBerry has released 3 new handsets on OS 7 in the market today. Here are the specs and the price.
BlackBerry has been launching phones like there is no tomorrow. And this week they went ahead and launched 3 new phones. First one is the BlackBerry Bold 9790, aka Bold 5. Like its big brother Bold 9900, it also features a touchscreen up front along with a physical QWERTY keyboard. It runs on BlackBerry OS 7 and is powered by a 1 GHz processor. At the back it features a 5 megapixel camera with LED flash. BlackBerry Bold 9790 is priced at Rs 27,500. The second phone that was launched was the all-touch Curve 9380. The phone reminds you of the BlackBerry Storm and it's got a 3.2-inch touchscreen up front and a virtual QWERTY keypad. The device also runs on BlackBerry OS 7 and is powered by a 800 MHz processor. At the back, the phone features a 5 megapixel camera with LED flash and is priced at Rs 21,000. Last phone to be launched was the BlackBerry Curve 9350. It's the CDMA brother of the Curve 9360. The CDMA Curve features a 2.4-inch TFT display up front and slim form factor. This is also a BlackBerry OS 7 powered device and is powered by an 800 MHz processor. At the back, it also features a 5 megapixel camera with LED flash, and the CDMA Curve 9350 is priced at Rs 21,000.
Okay, so those are the specs of all the 3 devices. So here's the deal. There's not really much that we can say about these new devices. The OS works fine, the form factor is really thin and sleek, and everything works well. No major problems as such. I have the new Touch Curve with me, and it's really, really light. This is the first time I've seen a BlackBerry device that is so light. The form factor is nice. It's actually following the Curve model, the earlier one, and it still maintains that good form and feel. But my only problem with the new handset is that the Bold series, which is BlackBerry's flagship series, is now smaller, and when they already have a 9900 in the market, which has a nice large screen and that nice back, and it actually looks very, very good in the Bold series. The original Storm design, which is called the Curve now, but there's also a QWERTY phone in the market. BlackBerry has always had that exclusivity when it comes to devices, and it's starting to feel a bit like Android now. Too many devices in the market. You have a wider choice now, yes, which I guess works well for BlackBerry fans. Final verdict, good phones to just know your price point and then pick and choose. And with that, we have to take a very small break on the show, but coming up on the other side, Radhika Sahrma gets to reviewing the Panasonic new Toughbook.